What's up, y'all? It's me again, Josh, aka whatever you want to call it. Like everybody on here knows me as something different, so I'm not gonna say all the names. Whatever you call me, whatever you know me as, that's what you know me as, and that's just what we gonna go with for today. But anyway, I got a little special treat for y'all today. Um, so I had a little back and forth with none other than the man, the myth, the legend, Stephen A. Smith. And you know, I was just sitting there minding my business, listening to his podcast, and he said some shit that pissed me off. So I had to address it on the spot. Shout out Stephen A. Smith for bringing me on the air and having a little back and forth with me today. Um, and if anybody knows anything about me, y'all know I'm a huge Spurs fan and I'm a huge Tim Duncan fan, more specifically. So if you say anything about my Spurs or my man Timmy, I got to address it. So Stephen A. said what he said, and I had to take action. So we'll roll the video, um, and then y'all just stick around for the afterthoughts like we do. And without further ado, here we go.
Josh, New Mexico. You live with Stephen A. What's going on, Josh? Good afternoon. How are you?
What's up, Stephen A? I just want to say I heard your comments about Carmelo joining the
Heat.
the Miami team, correct?
Yes.
So
I said had he was supposed to be there. Yeah.
So I disagree.
Well,
That
what?
they would beat the, no, I'm saying I disagree that they would beat the 2014 Spurs team because, in my opinion, that was the greatest.
No. I didn't say that.
History.
I didn't say that. I was talking about the year before when they beat the Spurs, not the one they lost to the Spurs, the one they won.
Okay, so do you think that things would have been different in 2014 with Melo?
No, I'm not saying that. I said they would have won 3 or 4. I think they probably would have lost to the Spurs too. But I said they would have won 3 or 4. They'd have beat Dallas. They'd have beat OKC. And I think they would have beat the Spurs that first go round. Especially with Pop taking Tim Duncan out of the damn floor and not having somebody there to grab the offensive rebound so Chris Bosh could get it and kick it out to Ray Allen.
Oh, my heart still hurts from that.
There you go. Oh, you didn't thought I remember that, huh? You thought I forgot that, didn't you? You forgot. I did it. Melo would have had 3 rings. Melo would have had 3 rings.
Second question, Stephen A. Was it?
Take it.
This is what I think. To me, it was the Tim Duncan era. Do you agree with that, or do you say it's the Kobe?
No, I'm not going to say that. It was a part of it. It was a part of it, but you remember Tim Duncan was getting beat up pretty well by the Lakers too now. He won some, he lost some. And remember, San Antonio never won back-to-backs. Let's not forget that either. Miami won back-to-back. The Lakers won back-to-back. Pistons won back-to-back. Bulls won back-to-back. Spurs never did. Remember that. This is basketball, y'all. Y'all got to watch who y'all talking to now. I watch who you talking to. This is basketball. All right, so y'all heard the back and forth, right? I would like to clarify a point. Um, there was an earlier segment in the show where Stephen A. he had a discussion about with another person about how if Carmelo had been able to get out of his contract in Denver, that he was planning to join the Miami Heat with LeBron and Wade, right? So he basically said that if that had happened, that they would have ran off like 3 or 4 straight after he joined that team, and like they would have beat Dallas and OKC. And he just had to throw in the Spurs. He just had to throw it in there, and that's just kind of what triggered me. So what he clarified in our segment is that he was talking specifically about the 2013 team that lost in the championship in the finals, right? And not necessarily the 2014 team, which it was the same team. So, the only difference was
the 2014 team had a chip on their shoulder. As we saw how that played out, like they ran Miami through the ringer. So I felt some kind of way about that. So he had to clarify whenever we had our back and forth or whatever. And so that was that, right? And then my second question in the segment was, did he feel like that era of basketball was the Tim Duncan era or the Kobe Bryant era? And this is a debate I've been having for over a decade, with Kobe stands. Me personally, I feel like it's the Tim Duncan era, and I will die on that hill. I will die on that hill. I don't care. It seemed like Stephen A was leaning a little more toward Kobe, but you know, the results speak for themselves. Tim Duncan has more personal accolades to his name, and they have the same amount of championships, right? So you be the judge. Tim Duncan didn't have a Shaq caliber player, also. So there's that. You're not going to win this debate with me. So you might as well, you can leave the comments. You can leave your little comments or whatever. Um, we're just going to have to agree to disagree. And that just is what it is. So, yeah. Anyway, that was basically what the back and forth was about. And as I said again, like I need Stephen A to hear my side of the argument because his sneaky producers cut me off and made it seem like I just went silent and like he just shut me up or something like that. And no, sir, Stephen A, you didn't shut me up. I had plenty to say. I got cut off. I understand there may have been time constraints or whatever, but you know, you're gonna hear me today. You're gonna hear me today, sir. And yep, that was basically it, man. Um, I had some other stuff I was working on, so this kind of caught me off guard. I had fun making this one, and it was very unexpected, but you know, just stay tuned for just some future stuff I got coming up. Um, and that was about it, man. So I'll see y'all in the next one. I hope y'all enjoyed this today, and that's it for today. All right, peace.